loosen that enough to back it up on the back of the hose, like so. I always like to tighten them down a little bit so they don't get lost, like slide all the way back. Okay, and if you can't get a hose, you can grab it and twist, and that'll pull it right off. So we'll just go ahead and back it up there. And by looking at it, it looks like the motor mount bolts in from underneath the car. I'll get there and look. Yeah, by the looks of it, that's what it does. And it looks like it may be a 12 or 13 for the bolt that runs in this way, which I'll show you. So in order to do it, you have a bolt here, and then you have a bolt on each side, and then there's a bolt here. So let's go ahead and get underneath the car. Oh. See if we can. Oh, yeah. There's definitely not enough room for me to slide. So I'm gonna need to start the car and back it up a bit. Hopefully my girlfriend left her keys here. So go ahead and well, before you jack it up, want to make sure you set your emergency brake. I'm going to go get a few things, and then we're going to work on getting this car up and getting that motor mount out. Hopefully I get it done before I have no more light. I had to wait for the temperature because it was awfully hot today. So okay. I'll be back. So the bolts are right here, here, and here. I'm using a 5/8 socket to loosen them up first, because they are pretty tight, and my impact has lost quite a bit of its power. Oh man, this one is a little. Mercy. Okay, so we'll loosen these ones. So first thing, go ahead and get these loose. Go ahead and turn you around here. Got the engine held up by the jack. So now we'll go up top. And if you're wondering, got a jack stand keeping this side up, but all right, see if I can get you all angled up here so you can watch. I'm gonna have to get the camera to turn around, so once there we go. So let's see. Yep, same size, 5/8. See how tight this bad boy's in here. Oh, pretty tight. Okay, go ahead and get this bolt out. Oh. Go ahead and use the socket to pull it out. There's the bolt. Check it. Don't seem to be damaged any, so we're good there. Leave that up here up top. And now we'll go back below. Okay, anybody got on headphones? Just let you know I'm about to use my impact, so it might be a little loud. There we go. There's one bolt. There's two bolts. All right, that one's a little tough. Kind of hold it. And try my impact. Hopefully I have enough room for clearance to get it out. Oh. Well, let me go ahead and pull the motor mount. Or, nah, I want you guys to see that. There we go. I wish I had a lift. Having a lift would make jobs like this 10 times easier. Okay, there's bolt 3. Alright. So this should be loose now. I'm gonna need both hands, so let me go ahead and pause this, get you set up. I'll tell you, when they design these cars, I don't think they put thought into it. Get this, my tripod. There we go. Okay, let's see. It's like the fan is in the way. Okay, there we go. Alright, got that bad boy out. Oh yeah. We'll do a comparison. Oh, man, that motor mount is dirty. Let me get the new one. And here you go. There's the new one. Nice and solid. Here's the old one. Pretty much split right there. Let's go ahead. It's starting to split around where it's molded here. Around the other side. See where it's split there, and it's literally all that mold in the center is gone. But yep. It's so funny how they make these, because you would think they would actually have it to where these top two portions would be connected, because you got to think all that vibration and shifting from the engine's just gonna, you know, wear the rubber out pretty quick. And as you can see right here, it says front, so that's the old, and you see this has no stamp on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this back in. It's the same way as I pulled it out, but I'm gonna get it back in, and then I'm gonna then I'll be back. Guys, I got it installed. Now I just got to tighten everything down. Up underneath here. Getting the bolts lined up wasn't bad. You just get that bolt in for the, where are we at? Here we go. And then I use my impact, tighten these up, and then I'll use my to get them tighter. Okay, so pretty much, if you don't have an impact, you can do it by hand. It's a little tricky, but all you need is a 5/8 socket. I'm using a 1/2 inch for mine instead of the typical 3/8. And just to show you guys, this is my prop that I bought at Walmart. It was on rollback, it was on sale, discontinued, but it's what I got. It works for now. I can actually move these little feet and make them grab on the stuff. But that's how you replace the motor mount on the front, technically front motor mount on a 2003 Dodge Stratus. I want to thank you all for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and one last thing. If it's broke, fix it. All right, guys. We're going to go on a test drive. First, get this emergency brake down. And, oh, much smoother startup. I will tell you that. Let's go ahead and get the mirror adjusted. And alrighty, so here we go. Get a window down because it's not kind of stuffy. I got it, the tripod anchored up, being held by the sunroof. Oh, much smoother. Let's put it in reverse. Yeah, it used to have a pretty bad jerk and real bad vibration. That's kind of cleared up. Let's go ahead and see how it does on the road. Sorry for a little bit of shakiness. Definitely can tell a big difference, especially when the shifts gears. Definitely tell a big difference. And I will say, for $700, this car here is actually quite worth it, because all it needed to get it up and running was a radiator and a battery. I will say the battery's in a pretty bad spot. It's underneath the front driver's side tire in the wheel well. Eventually I'll get around to rerouting it. I'm probably going to reroute it into the trunk, unless she wants me to put it in the back floorboard. But I was thinking about that, you know, say this car was in a car accident, you know, what, and you know, they needed to disconnect the power source from the car. How are they really going to do that, being that the wires are and all that's ran underneath, you know, and they're not very emergency capable of getting to quickly. So that's one reason I would want to definitely get it in the trunk, especially if it was hitting the front. You know, you don't necessarily have to take off disconnect the battery, or the firefighters or EMS or police wouldn't have to cut the battery cables if it was hitting the front and the back, unless there was, you know, a fire or something, or electrical or something that would cause them to have to do that. Typically in front end collisions, if you know the hood can get up, they typically cut or disconnect the battery to cause, hopefully to so there wouldn't be necessarily a fire. There's other reasons for that, but other than that, this car is, for as many miles that's on it, I mean, it still runs and purrs like brand new out of the lot, other than, you know, some minor maintenance, you know, typical maintenance, tie rods, motor mounts, you know, that over time those things get kind of old and they need replaced. Good note, that wasn't a original motor mount from the day the car was made, so that's pretty good to know. Unlike my Neon, pretty much everything I was taking off that car was factory. So I want to get out to the main highway here so I can go through a little bit more gears, because on these back roads here the speed limit's about 30, and I can at least get up to 50, give it a good test run. And I'll say, you know, if you guys haven't subscribed, please do. It helps me out a lot. Liking the videos, if you like them, helps out a lot. It just lets the people at YouTube know, you know, that as a YouTube creator, which, you know, I am, that, you know, I'm doing a good job, and there's reasons for YouTube to give me the benefits of making videos with YouTube. The subscribers is definitely one key, and all that. And I will briefly say, I never imagined making YouTube videos ever in my life. Even when I knew YouTube was out and you can make videos, I didn't see myself doing it, because I see no point in making them. But I made a few, and I noticed how a lot of people really enjoyed it. And I also noticed that, you know, I try to find out videos to make, and, you know, when you guys bring up questions about certain locations of parts or sensors or how something's done, I can do a little research online, and 9 times out of 10, like the knock sensor for the 2000 Neon, not much there about where it's located, and also the outlet, 12-volt outlet, or aka cigarette lighter socket. When those would blow, a lot of people couldn't seem to find that fuse. Those there are a couple of my really big videos that get a lot of views. So I try to figure out videos to make for you guys, and one thing is sometimes I run dry on videos. I know there's some videos I've made that really don't get any views at all, because they're not really pertinent or very informative or very important to you all folks, except for a few that do watch them. I do know I have a few of you subscribers out there that do actually watch my videos and watch every one that comes out, because I typically get within the first few hours of it being released, I do get at least 6 views. And I know, and I just want to thank you subscribers that do watch my videos when I do put them out. And if you want, if you can, just leave a comment, you know, hey, that you're the first one that's watched it or whatnot. It kind of gives me an idea. I will say I do love the get up in this car. I would never imagine that a 2.4 double overhead cam, and especially a Dodge Stratus would have so much get up. And the 4-speed transmission, I mean, it's just smooth. And this car has 421,000 miles on it. And all I can say is, for a car with this many miles on it, it sure don't act like it. It sure don't at all. But I want to thank you all for subscribing, as I always do, and as I always say, if it's broke, fix it. I'm going to go ahead and get quiet here now, and once I get in a safe place, I'm going to go ahead and end the video.